Thank you very much.
Yeah, I've campaigned against salmon farms for 25 years around the world, and since 2018 been filming inside salmon farms. So the Times ran an article, The Kayak Vigilante, so I kayak out to farms, put GoPro camera inside the cages. Some of the footage has been on STV News, Netflix's Seaspiracy, etc. So that's my MO. And the expression in the music business, where there's a hit, there's a writ. Because of lots of media coverage, the salmon farmers, who I call the almafia, and I'll go into a bit about in a second, they filed legal action Maui, which is a Norwegian multinational, in 2021 to try and fence off public waters around salmon farms. They wanted a ban on drones. They wanted a ban on mice servants and agents. And then in 2023, two more companies, Bakkafrost, which is Faroese, and Scottish Sea Farms, leaped on to the SLAPP suit. The Herald, Vicky Allen, wrote about it in 2023, saying it was David versus three Goliaths. So, as we know, one of the characteristics of a SLAPP suit is the imbalance of power and money. I've been thankful and supported by various people. I spoke to the Daphne Foundation originally, and it was verified as a SLAPP in 2023. I'm currently embroiled in Oban Sheriff Court in June and Dunoon Sheriff Court in June. If you know your Monty Python, the fish slapping dance, where some guy has a small fish and hits him in the face, and then some guy gets a big fucking fish and knocks him into the water, that's pretty much my situation. I liken these three multinationals as like the three monkeys: hear no evil, speak no evil, see no evil. In terms of just an example of the imbalance of money, I now owe Maui £123,000. Through crowd justice, I managed to raise a whopping £6,700. I was thankful for pro bono legal help from R&R Urquhart, but because I couldn't pay them, they've withdrawn their support, so I'm now a party litigant in the fight. And then, in terms of a catch-22 situation, you can't get legal aid until you've got a lawyer. Since I can't pay a lawyer, I can't file for legal aid. And then to get a King's Counsel to argue your case, an advocate, you can't get one of those unless you've got a lawyer. So again, that shows the imbalance of power and money. I'll just say a couple of comments on a positive perspective. I think by filing lawsuits, by filing SLAPP suits, these companies put targets on their backs, and they're shooting themselves in the foot in terms of media coverage. And if they can silence me and muzzle me, then, I don't have any servants, I don't have any agents. But since I started filming in 2018, there's now maybe a dozen people filming inside salmon farms. So if you've watched Disney's Sorcerer's Apprentice, you may stop one thing, or Gremlins, you add water and your problem gets much, much worse. And then in terms of the actors, I call them the Sal Mafia. In 2019, BBC News reported that the European Commission raided their offices in Rosyth, Maui, and Stirling, Scottish Sea Farms, for price fixing, a cartel investigation, and it looks like they're going to be fined over £1 billion. So they're obviously got a lot to hide, and if you want to follow the case, donstaniford.org, and I'm happy to talk about it. I think my SLAPP is the tip of the iceberg in terms of salmon farming lawsuits. I'm pretty stupid because I stand there on the cage and I film myself and they publish the videos, and then I get sued, and then I talk about it, which may not be the best strategy, but hopefully this GoPro is like David's stone that kills off the Sal Mafia. Thank you.
Thank you very much for that. Now, in terms of this first section, the focus is the need for action. Obviously, we've got Nick and Roger here who may want to make a few remarks, but I'm also keen that people get the chance to ask